Amanda, do you think yourself and Gary are now some form of dream team?
That's really difficult to comment on. Gary's got a very different leadership style, and I hope that we would complement each other. Gary ultimately will lead the council, and I'll be there to act as a sounding board. I'm not sure that I see my job as being much different. It's a different title and probably a wider brief, but I've spent the past 5 years working to provide excellent services across the borough for the residents of Thurrock.
It was an incredibly unanimous council meeting. Do you hope that's the sort of calmness that yourself and Gary are going to bring to council proceedings, both within the chamber and out in the borough?
I hope so, because it's good to have input from both sides. We're all democratically elected, whatever our party politics, and we can't provide services for the Conservative half of the borough. We have to provide services right the way across. Ward councillors are founts of information. We have to value that and use it well, make sure that...
It was an incredibly unanimous council meeting tonight. Are you hoping that your regime, so to speak, will be one indicated by sort of consensus politics?
I would hope that we can set up structures and committees to reflect the political balance, to get the information that we need from all ward councillors. They're there to represent their wards, they're democratically elected, and most of the knowledge that we need to deliver services will come from them. So it's so important to make sure that everybody can feed into the council processes and make sure that policies reflect what's needed right the way across the borough.
When did you decide to stand for Deputy Leader?
I don't know when I really made a decision. I was asked if it was something that I would consider. There was support there to do it, and I felt it was the right time.
Obviously, you had other people standing as deputy leader, and they'll be disappointed. How do you? We have to build bridges with those other candidates.
I think there was a good pool of talent in the Conservative group, and they were all happy to work with the leader of the council, and there isn't disappointment. There's a feeling that we're very much at a new stage, a new era for the council. There'll be a different way of working going forward. The group's very together and supported now behind the leadership team. I think the adult social care portfolio has always been controversial, and it always will be, because that's the nature of the client group that you have to deal with. There are going to be highs and there will be extreme lows because of the nature of the service. We had to deal with the increase in service charges, which was never going to be a popular decision, but it was a decision that had to be made, and it had to be made properly. So in that sense, Collins House wasn't the first time that we've had to deal with adversity, really, and adverse publicity for the service. It certainly is a very character-building portfolio. You don't take it on lightly, and you stay committed to it if you're going to do a good job. I'm fortunate maybe that I have the time to give to it, and the commitment. That hasn't changed at all, and it certainly won't change having taken on the position of Deputy Leader. I think possibly not for myself, it didn't give me the confidence to take on a bigger role, but I think it may have affected possibly my standing with my colleagues.